say rice husk biochar, it will have silica, ash as well as this charcoal percentage.
Okay.
So there it adds value actually as a cementing material because you have ash in it by default.
Okay.
Okay, because there is high percentage of ash in it. But here we are using the lumps of charcoal which is prepared here. So there are 2-3 methods we can try. One thing is as like concrete, like metal we use, no aggregate. Yeah, like that lumps also we can try in the regular bricks. We'll see how it will be because ultimately we need testing this, especially this kind. If it is rice husk biochar, then directly you can apply. That's not a big deal. At least when I prepared this cement bricks which we get outside, about 3 kgs like that, weight reduced when I applied. Yeah, I finally looked at the finished product. So with as it is when we prepare with say the dust powder or sand and then cement, then when I add this and finally so about 3 kgs reduced weight bricks were fine for me to use because I was using mostly as a filling thing rather than weight filling. But what I did is I applied different ratios. Then I tested them. It's a crude method by myself. Whether okay, this is optimum, this is fine like that. When I felt only those bricks I used. Eh?
Okay.
So otherwise, as per the industrial standards, you might get it tested or you might be having those instruments to test it by yourself. Okay, till here it is fine, something like that you can do. So I mean to say you can do 2 experiments because here you have to crush this charcoal powder because this is doesn't have almost all very little or no ash. The rice husk is very well defined product, so it is easy to mix all. There is not much challenge. In rice husk we have silica by default
Correct.
within that. So that's why I said it has 2 components which adds lots of value. One is ash is there, second is silica is. When 2 things are there in the material along with biochar,
Correct.
then definitely and you need not prepare also because directly you can use because the preparation means again crushing and at what size, many questions will. That way it was very convenient for me to use. I was the first person to do actually this kind of it in the world.
Oh.
I'm not claiming, but in those days, more than 10 years back. And I have constructed a house also. It is bricks. If somebody wants to test after 10 years how it will be like. No, ordinary cement bricks that you make using this machine, no? So same bricks I added this as an ingredient.
Oh. So only compression, no burning.
Yeah, only cement bricks we make, no compression water treated bricks. Yeah, regular cement bricks are there. But you can try this biochar in even this clay bricks also. Of course, wire cut bricks and other bricks. Yeah, compressed bricks also.
Okay.
So because where I get the glue is from, traditionally the walls in villages are made using this patimati. I have constructed one more house using this technology. You know where we collect the dirt from the existing village, old village,
Correct.
where sometime people lived, but they abandoned that area. So there the soil that is crumpled from the walls and that soil has all the ingredients, right? From this charcoal, slag, and what you say, bangles or bottles, pottery shards, everything will be there in it. So that is one of the best material for constructing this walls, mud walls. Direct. You know, we make lumps of balls and then press and make. So that is a very more than 50, 60 years back people were doing. But about 12 years back I have done. That could be one of the last houses with that technology. So that there because by default some charcoal pieces are already I found in all the walls. So I thought it is perfect when it is embedded in your living environment. There are two, three things. One is the your own air quality within your livable space.
Okay.
So usually biochar absorb the CO2, nitrous oxide,
Correct.
and all these emissions,
Yeah.
methane especially. So it has the innate ability to absorb.
Yeah.
So it means always your rooms are fresh. Second thing is they also absorb some moisture when you have this dampness and all that. So they absorb that moisture and keep you less humid. Third thing is by nature it has that porosity, so some insulation property will be there. Yeah. Fourth thing is in the construction, reducing the weight, especially when you go for high-rise buildings or tall ones. Definitely the weight will come down. No? So that's an added advantage. So like that you have multiple benefits. This strength-wise, definitely it will be slightly lesser. But here it is a compromise between what you want. That's why I said if you have already this filling like walls if you are preparing, there is not much the structural weight. If you are constructing a house only with bricks like 2-story, then it means there are no beams in between. Okay, that is a different thing. But nowadays we have cross beams and the everything is there, so it's only a filling like. Yeah. So there it doesn't have any problem. Let us say if I use the bricks at the up to base level or something, normal bricks, above that you use it adds lots of texture also. Like I have used, it creates a kind of border. Maybe after 7 feet, if you use, including very high content of the charcoal and in it, because it's only a filling space, no, something like.
Yeah.
So it adds a nice border and it because you don't use above 7 feet something like much, so they are safe also. Change what you do is before putting this biochar in your mixer, soak it in water. Put in a water tub for 1 day and scoop it out. That you use. Instead of just fresh biochar, you might be purchasing from somewhere and directly putting.
Okay.
Otherwise, if biochar is in the open and already some rains happened and already, that's also fine. Not the fresh biochar. Otherwise, the fresh biochar usually hydrophobic initially.
Yeah.
You can see that it floats on water also.
Yeah.
There could be some challenges. So that's why best is just 1 day before you put in water and take it out the next morning and use it. See, usually for me the most convenient is by volume only initially, because to tell this labor, because they go by, let us say, they say I used 4 bowls of sand, 5 bowls of cement, something like. So if you tell by weight, because there is a density difference, they will be confused.
Yeah.
So even if you want to calculate this 5%, 10%, first experimentally you calculate how much one. Usually we use some pails, no, for carrying this thing while dumping. Calculate and say for every 7 of this, you use 1 of this, something like.
Right.
So then that ratio will come automatically. But at the end, for me, the weight of the brick with and without, that has more meaning for me overall. At the end. At the end means once the brick is finished, it is dried, let us say.
Right.
Then when 2 bricks are kept aside, one is without biochar addition, one is regular process. Okay. Then I take the weight. That's what I said. Around 3 kgs also I got reduced by weight. Yes.
So primarily, I mean, from what I could understand, one is reduction in weight. The second one is that you're saying that, biochar has an...
No, 5, 6 things I told. Most important is carbon sequestration, carbon negative.
Yeah,
Okay, that is the highest thing which you can claim. And as a construction waste also, when these things are demolished in the future and when they go back to soil, it adds value to the soil. Rather like any other construction waste, that's the biggest problem, no, in waste management.
Correct.
Construction waste is more dangerous than any wet waste or organic waste or anything. So that way you can also claim this carbon credits for sequestering this biochar in your construction material. See, let us say your building has around 30 years age or 50 years of age.
Right.
Then that much you can directly claim because I have applied this much. So apart from that, what I said is about 4-5 points. That is, the first thing is it can make your what we say clean indoors. Okay, because indoor air pollution is the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
So it will have that direct impact. Then moisture, that is also having impact on health of the people. Then temperature, then lightweightness.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the other values we know.
Oh, yeah.
And also, as people claim, this biochar has far infrared radiation. I heard from research papers only, especially bamboo biochar. So this can keep you healthy. Okay, that is it. So that way also your blood circulation and all that thing. Let us say you got some strain and you went to a doctor, physiotherapist. Then they give this infrared radiation or red color light they put on your knee.
Yeah.
So that kind of radiation it emits. That's what I came to know from online resources, and I were calculated by myself. But if you are using such kind of high-end biochar, then definitely that will also benefit. Say meditators are there. I think biochar bricks are the best for the meditation people. Because when they close doors or let us say everything and they sit inside, so then this air purification, everything adds value. So you do that experiments and keep them ready, and also use as a like concrete also. Some lumps of biochar in some bricks. Let them be exposed. Let some be inside, no problem. Like you use 2 mm, 3 mm some metal, no?
Right.
So like that you use this lump.
Yeah.
Leave them and not too big, too small, but which fits into that grade.
Yeah.
You use and like in regular concrete slabs we use, no? Like that you add and then try to create some bricks.
Right.
So if you have clay also, you try that. These wire cut bricks are there, no? Which are not burnt and like. So in those bricks also you try and keep. No? Yeah, everywhere we can try, sir, because the challenge is this material was not explored much. That's why I'm telling. I became one of the first persons using this. But yeah, once we start this, I think it has huge potential. Yeah. And I have created one more. You can see that is called biochar bathroom.
Okay.
Because the most polluted or the difficult places inside a house is bathroom. And more chemicals we use for that thing only. And those chemicals add to our living environment. See, biochar, if you are applying in the soil also, same philosophy, no. It is not retaining moisture for itself. It has no role in retaining also. Otherwise, if a charcoal piece is outside, if there is excess moisture, it will take, but it is slowly released. It means initially, when we have too much moisture in a given space, it will absorb a little bit, keep it. Then slowly it will release. It will not release very fast. So if it is storing and it is becoming a place to cultivate other organisms, that's a different thing. It doesn't happen. Otherwise, we never use in this soil and other things also. Because we say it is a giver actually. It is a taker and a giver. So, like that it acts. Second thing is, once you apply biochar, never plaster.
Never.
Don't plaster. Why? If you are putting everything inside and closing, there is no effect of what I am telling except carbon sequestration. Only two values will be there. That is reducing the weight. Second thing is carbon sequestration. Only two values it will add. But otherwise, all other values you will not get. No. I want the lumps of charcoal visible. Like I have recently done palm tree trunks. I have biocharred. This term I am using. I have created this term to explain. Biocharred. So I have burnt the palm tree trunk so that its termite infestation, other insect infestation will not happen. And those trunks I am using more. So its life will be more. Yeah. Otherwise, traditionally you see any village kitchen where they use sulla, all that dark color thing in the roof or wherever it is nothing but your charcoal only. That is flying charcoal coated, what we call soot. That is protecting that hut. That is protecting all the wood in that hut. Yeah, without sulla, that hut would never exist. So people might say, why don't you cook outside? But here, 2-3 things are happening, like fumigation. So it is protecting the whole environment. And finally, this charcoal, which is called soot, is getting coated in the root. And also seed protection is done like that. That's why seeds are kept in the kitchen. So the seed is also protected from everything, fungus or anything like that. So that's nothing but flying charcoal, I mean to say. So there are so many things to learn from what is happening around. So don't worry about those things because I am guaranteed. Or you can see my house, that's the best way. Where it is Jangam, that is a research center I created along with just to study after 10 years how they look like, something like. So that is one of. Yeah, what you do is please make 5% by weight, 10% by weight, and 15% by weight, 20% by weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 0. So 5 you make, then let us see. And here 2 things you add. One is rice of biochar. Second thing is this lumps of biochar also, like something like you can take like sand size or something like. Then you okay, that also use and see. I want this 10 bricks and those 10 bricks. Then you will definitely get a formula in between. Biochar bathrooms also you see, that is another concept where you can use directly the charcoal, lumps of charcoal in the bathroom in the top portion and create nice vegetation also within the bathroom. Many options are there. You need not water also. The moisture in the bathroom will take care of those plants, like orchid. See, I said you can reduce this sand component.
M-sand.
You can replace that N-sand with biochar proportion. Yeah, perfect. Whatever is the filler, like even sand has its inertness is there actually because it will not react with anything else. That's sand.
No.
Biochar, yeah, but it granularity will create a binding property. So this biochar also has that property. Okay. So that is what our experimentation is, sir. Initially, what I said is don't use at the lower level when you are using this brick. After 7-8 feet, you use as a pillar. Pillar means if you have cross beams already. Yeah, in that gap you use. That's what I said. Okay, not at the bottom. The binding is one of the critical thing. If you are using like pillar, the fly ash is a filler. So if you think that is also filler, then in between you replace. Let us say if you am using Yeah, 10 kg sand and 10 kg fly ash. So you can reduce 8 kg sand and 8 kg fly ash, and in between 4 kg biochar you can add something. Third thing is in between sand and fly ash, n sand and this fly ash in between also you reduce 4. And they replace with biochar. Let us see. So I think it's a continuous process, sir. And first we'll apply these things at the high level only, where there is not a weight bearing. Then later on we can adapt it to the down based on the strength. Just to have that curve of you said the strength, we have to put on paper, no, why it is coming down and all that. And the second thing is the same bricks, the strength could be low. Let us say I want to use them in a ICU unit, where I want more breathing and this better environment. Well, you have to see other properties, how emissions are being absorbed by this brick. Those other values will come. Okay. So even as just facade also, you can just paste this bricks on the strong brick behind. So something like that, many other options will come down. Okay. So for that reason, I want these things to be done and kept there as a example. So we will proceed with that. Okay. Let us say I want to put in water body as the filter media. You have that wetland ecosystem, no? Correct. So with biochar, you throw them inside or tie them to a rope with a hole and then just hang them. Right. Right. So they have their other values. Yeah. And it is beyond construction, it goes. Like all your sewerage nalas, you can have these bricks, they will treat your water before the water comes out. Right. They will recharge your nala, as well as when water comes out, that is far better than the water which flows only in this. Right. Yeah. Empty in other values. So let them create. Oh, I would like to see also when I visit them physically. Yes. In different shapes we can creating